I'm resolute all the time. So, how about you? What do you have going on?
Hi, I'm Mr. B. I'm the host of Spillin Tea with Mr. B, a radio show broadcast on My 95.1. So for years, I've been pressuring Mr. Garrett, telling him I want to host a radio show. Years now, it's been. This year, two of my students, Hamida Bachwe and Dekaedence Gideon, also pressured Mr. Garrett to give me a show. And he told them he was on board for it. So I sat with them and we developed kind of I sat with my students and we developed kind of a show, what the show would look like. We decided to brand it Spillin Tea with Mr. B since they're seniors and they would be leaving. We couldn't really, we wanted to make it a legacy title. So we named it after me. We tried to make the show as student involved and as student produced as possible. This last episode we just did was produced by one of our students, Dekaedence. She came up with the topics, she found the people we talked to, and we sat down and recorded the show.
Happy birthday to you.
Some of the topics we discuss on the podcast can range from the weather to whether we take time off on our birthdays, school happenings. With students, we try to maybe give the outside world a look into what it's like to be a student here in KISD. So far, we have talked about everything from trying to bring back Power Hour with students to what they like to eat, holiday traditions. This last episode, we talked to Jalen about our upcoming skills competition. Really, as long as it's school appropriate, it works for our show. Students can participate in two ways, or I guess maybe in several ways. They can either talk to me directly and say, hey, Mr. B, I want to be on your show. Or they can get with one of our student producers, Dekaedence, and tell her that they want to be on the show and bring something to the table. What does that person want to talk about, and how can we build a show around that concept? So by either contacting me personally or our producer Dekaedence. So people looking to listen to the show can find it in two places. One, it broadcasts on My 95.1, KISD's low-powered radio station. It broadcasts from Ellison High School and gets about most of the Killeen area. So you can listen live on Sundays at 7 p.m. and Wednesdays, and on every other Sunday at 7 p.m. and every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Or you can catch it on our Instagram, and that's KCC Film Class on Instagram. And you can see all the other work our students do, not just Spillin Tea with Mr. B. So I'd like to say that Spillin Tea with Mr. B is meant to be another content creation vehicle for students. In our class, we do a lot of hands-on work. That's how our class is structured. That's what we do. We are continually making content every week, all of the time. I think that provides students a good connection to the real world. Some of the problem with media is that a lot of times students don't get credit for, a lot of times people don't get credit for the media that they create. So I've been trying to create vehicles where students can be heavily involved and get credit for those productions. Because ultimately, if they're not seen, if they're not noticed doing this work, people kind of burn out and don't want to do it anymore.